So I'm going to show you the game of 2 feet on. So what we're doing is we're luring our dog to put their front paws onto an object. So think about an object that's the right kind of height for your dog. I love this game because it's a super confidence boosting game. It's incredible because how their body is changes how they feel. So if I was to stand here and I was to look all sort of crunched over, miserable face, I can make myself feel worse than I am. If I was to stand up straight, lift my chest up and smile, my brain doesn't actually know the difference. And it's the same for them. If we can get them to put their feet onto something, lifts up their chest bone, it gives them a little shot of confidence. So we can teach it on something super easy. We've got just here, just pick that up for me. It's a sort of yoga block, Pilates block. It could be anything that you've got at home. I like to start off with something that is not too slippery. You can use books, but they can be a little bit slippery, so maybe put a little towel over a book. When you're out and about, you can start to use things like a log or a rock or something like that if you find it. But do think about how much it moves. So we want it to be nice and stable to start off with. Nice confidence boosting game. What we're going to do is we are going to set it up so that we're helping her. We're going to lure Bella with a piece of food. So I'm going to get you to hold a nice little tasty piece of food in your hand and luring. If you imagine this is Bella's nose, you're going to have a piece of food so that she's pretty much licking and nibbling the food, and then move your hand really, really, really slowly, and you're going to move it up and over the block. So with luring, the trick is to go super slow. If you go too quick, she might think it's not for her, and she'll probably offer you something else like a sit or a down. So just nice and slowly, lovely, 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 lovely. Still towards you, that's really nice. And some dogs, lovely. Oh yes, clever, that's okay, lovely. And feed 2 or 3 pieces of food, then pop your foot on the corner of it for me. And then what I'd like you to do is to throw a piece just about a metre over her head. Say break and just throw a piece of food away, because we want to teach her a release cue as well. Nice. Pause. I know it's very hot. You can see he's panting, so it's hot. It is definitely too hot for us to go for a walk right now, but that doesn't mean that Bodhi doesn't want to do some games. So I would feed him 2 or 3 times in position, and then I'll give him a release off the object, but I've got my foot on it just to make sure that it doesn't move or it doesn't fall over, and it doesn't give him a start when he sort of jumps off it. Break. And then get a piece of food ready to help her orient back to you, and repeat that. You may find she finds it easier this time around, or she may try and give you something else. Yes, clever. Clever girl, really nice. So this is sort of lifting up her chest, it's giving her a little boost of confidence. Very clever. And so we're feeding her 2 or 3 pieces in position so that she's getting used to knowing that the game means I have my feet on this object. And again, just pop your foot on the block again and just go break. Now, if she was a little more uncertain, clever girl, gosh, there was real intention then. She kind of knew what her foot needed to do there. If she was kind of skirting around the side, what I would do is I would release the piece of food before she's struggling too much. So it's definitely working within whatever range you can, so it makes it easy for them. And feed, 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 in position and throw away. Now, what we haven't done is actually put any kind of word on that, because right now she doesn't know any specific word related to that. But now that she is really quite easily popping her feet onto it, what I would do is I would put the cue onto it just as she's coming towards you. So for me, I say front paws for my dog, because I also have a back paws. So I like front paws. Some people say paws, some people say 2 feet. You say the cue just as she's about to do the thing. She's then going to start associating the cue with the action. So give that one more try with the cue.
Front paws.
Yes, nice, lovely. Good girl. So this can be a super little way to give your dog a little boost of confidence when you're out and about. If you see things like logs, rocks, low neighbours' walls. If your dog is light enough like Bella, you could kneel down and you could get them to do it onto your knee. Pause. Front paws. Yeah, it might be that you want to do it on your leg. Bodhi's a bit of a big unit for doing this on my leg if I wasn't sitting on something. Thank you. You can get them to do it up onto your body if you haven't got a dog that's too heavy. So it's a really mobile way of giving your dog some confidence when they're out and about. So I would use this at various points when you're out, wherever you are, just to give them that little shot of confidence.
Ready? Front paws.
Yeah, the squeezy feeding tubes are a great option for this. So if you feed raw or wet, or you've got something like squeezy cheese or pate, it can be a really nice mess-free way of rewarding them. And then you can have one piece of food to give the break cue. Nice. Line her up. Yay, good girl. Very nice. Clever. Clever girl. Good girl. Break. Yes. Yeah, nice. See how much easier it is for her now she knows what she's doing. Good girl. Very nice. Ready? Break. Pause. Good job. Very nice. So once they're going in position, you can start to put a cue on it as they come towards you. Good job. And then break. Pause. Yes, if you've got a dog that's really struggling with confidence, I would definitely stick this one into your training bag.